manifest. For example, she might be interested in him, but she's also got a couple other options on the table, so she doesn't necessarily want to commit to him to go on that date or whatever. But it's certainly the case. Like, if a girl gives me the maybe, I don't know, we'll see, ghosted, you're done. I'm not texting you anymore.
About extremes. You're talking about
no, but that's not an extreme. It's not an extreme. It frequently happens to men that if you get a girl's number and you're like, hey, I'd love to meet you for dinner Friday 7 p.m., she'll be like, especially I feel like older women are a bit more mature and they'll actually typically avoid giving you not always the case though. I've actually encountered a lot of like professional women who are established in their career, late 20s, early 30s, who will give you this vague, ambiguous shit where you don't know where you stand. But definitely when I was in college, a lot of women be like, oh, I don't know, I got a test coming up, I'll let you know, or and I'm like, I've made the mistake of like following up. Oh, okay, well, what about next week? Maybe. It's like, bro, she's not interested.
But why
she's
don't
not
you
interested.
connect
Goodbye.
And say, okay, you have tests coming up. Can I help you with something? Can we study together?
Simp.
I mean, not
That's
about
simp.
just.
That's simp shit.
It's not.
No, if a girl is really down for you, if she really likes you, she will make time for you. She will make time for you. A girl who says, maybe I'll let you know. Goodbye.
And she was making time for him. She read every letter over and over and over. Yeah.
She didn't respond though. She didn't respond.
Yeah, but she was
and she
waiting
almost lost the
for
guy.
that
She almost lost
letter.
the guy.
She didn't lose the guy.
All I'll say is this: all the time he spent on this one girl, he could have been pursuing other women, getting other leads.
They are very happy together. Super happy.
I see these like stories, these like marriage stories of like, oh yeah, like they're doing the toasts or whatever at the, what's it called, the reception or whatever, and like, yeah, I didn't like him at first. That's such a fucking disrespectful, like,
Can I
look.
speak on that?
Well, let me just finish
What
really
about guys?
quick.
Guys also said like this, oh, I
That's
just wanted
rare.
to date her, just I didn't consider her seriously, but then I fell in love with her. I saw how good she is or something. But
No,
firstly,
okay.
initially, I just fucked her. Sorry, just like, right? Like,
Well, look,
initially,
obviously, like
you know,
love.
just like, I heard a lot of stories and from my friends, and no, I'm not serious about her. I'm just
There's
spending time
a
with
difference
her,
though.
right?
Obviously, like love is something that needs to grow and develop, and having these feelings towards a partner, you're not instantly going to like be in love with somebody. I suppose some people do, but you're not instantly going to have like, it takes time to develop those strong feelings and that bond.
Exactly.
But what I'm talking about is a girl who like rejected the guy, rejects a guy, turns him down.
She did not reject.
There is not
she
100
welcomes his letters.
No, if
That's
if
no,
a girl,
I'm not talking about her specifically, but in general, you hear these stories of like, oh no, I turned him down like blah 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 3 times, and then like, oh, I finally, no man, that's not the kind of relationship that I want with a girl. I want her to be down for me from the get-go.
And she gives you the signals. She is giving you the signals that you are welcome into her life. Okay?
I just
she
think
just gives you the opportunity to put this stand like
I think
who
she settled.
you are.
I think she settled. He pedestalized her. She didn't even respond to him. 25 letters. That's ridiculous. If a girl didn't respond to me after fucking 4 text messages,
If you would have
goodbye.
met that couple, you would have changed your mind completely.
They weren't a couple though. It didn't sound like they
Well,
were a
if
couple.
you would have met them now, because everybody's
now,
looking
sure.
at them, it's like, I want that husband, that type of man.
Look, it happened. It happened for them, but generally speaking, my advice to men is just find a woman with high interest. It's not that much to ask, I think. So I don't know.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. I need to get up for a sec if you guys want to talk shit about me more.
Okay, finally. Well, I've like had experiences too where like I just saw a guy as a friend and like I didn't like see him romantically. I wasn't like initially like attracted to him, and then as he showed more interest and he, you know, was like, hey, like I got you this. I know you're having a bad day. Like I got you this specific thing that you said that you liked one time. And then I was like, oh wait, like maybe like he would be a good partner. And then like with this specific guy, like I ended up like he was the closest to love I ever was, and I didn't even find him attractive at the beginning. So like
through his actions, through his care, that's what he displayed to you, that you matter.
100%.
Yes.
And it means like if man, as Brian says, we're talking about you, Brian, minimal here. Like, yeah, it's like me. Yeah, if a guy, of course there are stalkers, there are bad situations from men and women, of course, but you know, if a guy don't want to put any efforts to show, because you know, women fall in love faster, we attached faster. For guy, if he doesn't show any actions, any affections, any steps doesn't take, he will not fall in love. It will be your situationship that might be somehow will evolve to relationship, but actually you will feel that you're in a relationship, but guy is not committed. So that's why, of course, you need to consider. But in our also culture, if a man shows and act. And he can. It's very romantic stories, you know, and it exists. But
a woman does quite a bit in a relationship. It is absolutely must that the behavior of the man always
reflects what the woman
and
is.
also
a woman is the one who actually makes men act a certain way. Right.
And also here in Western culture, what I've heard, like European American culture, men don't take actions for many reasons, and that's why they getting used to women taking actions instead of them, and then they ended up waiting for the first steps from women, or and saying, why she doesn't text me? For example, in my head, man who has prior role to text me to show his interest to me, and
well, it's the whole thing about pursuing, and men, it's built into their nature to be a pursuer, to pursue the woman.
That's
and
how they getting attached.
Every animal you ever see, like it's nature for the male to seek out to mate these females, and that's just how it is. That's just how God made us.
Well, even from personal experience with the man I'm with right now, like I am head over heels for this guy. And like I said in the beginning, we had gone on a Tinder date, and after that I'd never been on a dating web or app before. I'd never gone on a date off online, and I psyched myself out. I was like, I don't know anything about him, I can't do this, just deleted Tinder. Didn't hear from him anything. We didn't have any connection. We saw each other at a gas station. 6 months later, he had totally cut his hair, changed. We both didn't look anything like we had when we first met. I had my hair down to my butt. I had chopped it off completely. And he just walked up to me and said, "You look like my future wife." And I said, "You look like a man whose number I should get." I went to his house, and we were like, "You're the Tinder date." Like, both of us were like, "You're that person." You know what I mean? Like and it was his mom who remembered me. His mom was like, "Oh, you've been here before. You're the girl that ghosted my son." I was like, I guess you could put it that way, you know. But so I totally I agree with that. It's where it just was an awkward time for both of us. I was not comfortable with meeting on Tinder, whatever. And then it was like we got to re-meet each other and get to know each other, and it was definitely super, super cool.
Yeah, and to have a chance to see each other. And also, Brian mentioned that, he wrote 25 letters. It's what an effort. Yeah, of course, it takes time. It takes time to write emails. We consider it. We will not underestimate it, of course. But if just writing emails is just super high efforts that men can't put into relationship, why to consider what he will do more? Yeah. When we will be together, there will be more efforts needed. So writing a letter, it's an action, but it's not.
But he was. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that I agree with them, because anytime in the past where I've tried to be the pursuer, it has not turned out well.
Yeah.
It never turns out well.
Well, there is, of course, element of like stalkers, people who are sick. Yeah, we're not talking about those. We're talking about men who are not afraid to take actions, and women who are absolutely supporting them and patronizing them for what they are doing. And they are grateful to men for taking those actions. So we're talking about perfect balance, right? Perfect balance.
Got a question for you here. You said how women have to be coached and changed in order for relationships to be successful. It is always a woman who is in the center and core of the man's behavior, actions, feelings. Excuse me. Financial growth or all opposite. It is a woman who can either create a man or break a man. Everything starts with the woman. Yes, it is hard, very hard to be a woman for a right relationship that would be successful, but that hard work is absolutely worth the full effort and commitment. So my question to you is, if you want to add anything on that, how do women have to be coached and changed? How so?
So, first of all, I mentioned before that feminism is definitely killing men. And this is the result of what is happening around us. Men are just afraid to take actions or whatever. They would be sitting and waiting or whatever. So, a woman is the one who, the way she will put herself with her man, she can either build him or she can crush him. So the crushing parts are nagging, you're never enough, you didn't throw out all the garbage, you didn't make enough money, or I am making more money than you, or whatever. That is crushing man. And so eventually what is going to happen with them, with this type of attitude, man is, because they need that positive energy, they need like that fresh air. That's what woman is to men. She is fresh air. So men, if they're not getting this at home, they're going to either go outside, try to find it in the way of lovers, so they will try to get that freshness in somebody who actually recognizes them and believes in them and so on. Or his behavior is going to get all screwed up. So he might become violent because he needs to prove that he is a man somehow. He needs to because he needs to feel that he matters. Now, the right attitude of the woman with the man is, she is supportive. She believes in him. She doesn't even matter if she makes more money than him. She will never throw it in his face. But she will believe in her man to achieve whatever, he is the one who is provider.
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $100. Chasing after a woman in the US is a great way to catch a case and a better way to ruin a young man's life. Women changed the rules, now they have to live with it and put in effort or invest in Meow Mix.
So we're not one of Meow Mix.
Meow 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 meow.
Brian, actually we have cake. We can serve cake. You're eating.
Oh, I had a little bit of chocolate.
For everyone we can, if you want.
We can't do it during the show just because the boat. Definitely after the show, we'll. Yeah, thank you. That was very nice of you, by the way, to make some cake. Thank you, Grid 1 Motorsports. Thank you. Did you want to finish off?
Yeah. So the woman, she is the one who is the core of how a man acts, behaves, how he feels. Even like with the right woman, man's manhood will go up. His finances will go up.
Sure,
His
absolutely
belief and self-esteem, and everything really starts with a woman. So when woman,
sort of, not really, but
when woman invests all that in the family, kids, her man, then man, typically, like normal man, right, they would want to, because their self-esteem is higher, they start making more money, they believe in themselves, who they will bring all of those gifts and achievement to. They will bring it to their woman. So that is because they know that this is where he is recognized, this is where he is appreciated, this is where he is respected, this is where he is loved, this is where he is, he is valued. So, but this is like a natural course. This is how a relationship is supposed to be like. So yeah, it starts with the woman. And in many cases right now, because women can make money and everything, they think that this is the strength. In reality, strength of the woman is in her wisdom. She can make all whatever she wants, but there has to be like two different women. Woman of business, she is a boss there. She was there, she kicks ass.
Yeah.
Woman relationship is woman who believes in her man.